You've been lied to about willpower. It's not about grinding harder or forcing success. In fact, the way most people use willpower is exactly what's keeping them stuck. But in the next few minutes, I'll show you how the rich and successful really use their will to attract results without chasing a thing. When people hear the word willpower, they usually imagine pushing harder, forcing outcomes, or overpowering resistance. But in the realm of true wealth creation, that definition is not only outdated, it's ineffective. Real will isn't about trying to control people, manipulate events, or force life into your timeline. True will is internal. It's the ability to command your own thoughts, stay centered in your vision, and resist being pulled off track by circumstances that don't match your goal. Most people use their energy trying to change the outside world, believing that if they just try harder or push more, things will finally shift. But those who understand the deeper laws of abundance know that lasting change begins within. And the will is the tool that helps you hold your focus steady, even when external conditions try to shake you. Willpower, in this sense, is quiet but uncheckable. It keeps your mental image clear, your emotional energy steady, and your actions consistent with what you truly want. It's not about overpowering, it's about aligning. Once you stop using your will to force results and start using it to stay aligned with your vision, you unlock a power that doesn't just move things, it attracts them. A common mistake many people make is using their willpower to try to change other people or bend external circumstances to their desires. They push, pressure, and attempt to control, believing that success will come if they can just make things happen, but this approach almost always backfires. Trying to impose your will on others not only creates resistance, it pulls your focus away from where your real power lies within. You can't force someone to cooperate, believe in your vision, or give you what you want. And the more you try, the more energy you waste chasing what's outside of your control. The will was never meant to manipulate people or twist outcomes. Its true purpose is to keep your attention locked on your goal, regardless of how things look on the surface. That's where results begin, not in controlling others, but in controlling yourself. When you let go of the need to push things into place and focus instead on remaining centered, clear, and confident in your vision, things begin to align on their own. You're no longer fighting the current, you're flowing with it. And that's when the real transformation begins. The true function of will isn't to overpower the world around you, it's to guide and train your own thoughts. Think of willpower as a form of inner discipline. It's your ability to direct your attention, especially when distractions, doubt, or negativity try to pull you away from your vision. Your mind is like a garden. Without discipline, weeds of fear, uncertainty, and comparison grow fast. But when you apply the will to stay focused on what you desire, on what's possible, you create the mental environment where success can grow. This doesn't mean you'll never have wandering thoughts. But it does mean you'll develop the strength to notice them, redirect them, and choose again. That's where your power lies, not in avoiding all negativity, but in your ability to not feed it. Using will as discipline means deciding what thoughts are allowed to stay and which ones must go. It means staying loyal to your vision even when current circumstances tempt you to give up or give in. This kind of inner control is quiet, steady, and deeply powerful. And the more you practice it, the more naturally your thoughts and your life begin to reflect the wealth and abundance you've been focused on all along. Your greatest use of willpower is this: keeping your mind fixed on the picture of what you want, no matter what's happening around you. That's the true strength behind manifestation, not forcing outcomes, but remaining loyal to your vision. Life will test your focus. Challenges may arise, delays might show up, and things might temporarily seem like they're going in the opposite direction. But when you train your will to hold your desired image steady without shrinking it, questioning it, or giving it up, you become unstoppable. It's easy to believe when everything is going well. But the real mastery comes when you can maintain belief during uncertainty. That's where will steps in. It's your anchor. It reminds you that external circumstances are temporary, but the mental image you carry has power to shape them. Every time you choose to see what you want instead of reacting to what is, you're exercising the highest use of will. It's not loud or aggressive. It's calm, centered, and uncheckable. And when you hold that vision long enough, with clarity and emotion, the world eventually mirrors it back to you, not because you forced it, but because you became it. In a world filled with noise, opinions, and constant input, protecting your mental space is no longer optional, it's essential. If you're not careful, your thoughts can be hijacked by other people's fears, doubts, or distractions. That's where your will becomes a gatekeeper. Mental intrusion doesn't always come in obvious forms. Sometimes it's subtle: a news headline, a comment from a friend, or a social media post that stirs up comparison or fear. Without realizing it, your attention drifts away from your vision and becomes absorbed in things that have nothing to do with your goal. Using your will means choosing what enters your mental atmosphere and what doesn't. It's learning to say no not just to distractions, but to influences that pull you out of alignment with your purpose. You don't need to absorb every opinion or react to every external condition. The more you allow into your mind without filtering, the harder it becomes to stay focused and creative. Guard your inner world like it matters, because it does. Your thoughts are the blueprint of your reality. And the stronger your will, the easier it becomes to keep that blueprint pure, powerful, and directed toward exactly what you desire. Willpower on its own can keep you focused, but when it's combined with faith, it becomes a creative force that nothing can stop. Will holds your vision in place, and faith breathes life into it. Together, they make your thought magnetic. Will is the discipline that keeps you from giving up. Faith is the confidence that what you desire is already moving toward you. One keeps you steady. The other keeps you inspired. You need both. You may hold a strong vision, but if deep down you doubt it will ever happen, your energy weakens. On the other hand, if you have faith but no focus, if your mind wanders and your attention drifts, you won't build the momentum required to bring your desire into form. Think of your will as the steering wheel and your faith as the fuel. Will keeps your direction clear. Faith makes the journey possible. When you commit to both, you become aligned with a higher intelligence that begins organizing people, events, and circumstances to support you. This partnership between will and faith is what turns thoughts into things. Stay focused, stay believing, and let that invisible combination open visible doors. It's tempting to believe that if you just push hard enough, everything will fall into place. But the truth is, the universe doesn't respond to pressure, it responds to alignment. Your role is not to force the outcome, but to hold the vision and allow the path to reveal itself. When you use your will to try to make things happen faster, or in a specific way, you create resistance. You step out of flow and into control. And control is rooted in fear, the fear that things won't work out unless you interfere. But the creative process doesn't need interference. It needs trust, it needs stillness, and it needs space to unfold in ways that often exceed your expectations. Use your will not to grab, but to stay centered, not to demand, but to remain clear. Your job is to take inspired action when it feels right, but never to panic or chase. Most of the time, what you want is already on its way. But if you're too busy trying to force the door open, you'll miss the one that's quietly swinging wide just around the corner. Stay calm, stay focused, let the universe do its part. Like a muscle, your will becomes stronger the more you use it with intention. You don't need superhuman discipline, you need small, consistent practices that sharpen your focus and expand your inner strength. Over time, these habits compound, creating an unshakable mental foundation. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day to hold a clear vision of what you desire. Not just wishful thinking, deep, intentional focus. Picture the life you want in vivid detail. See it, feel it, own it. Let your mind practice being there until it begins to feel familiar. Next, eliminate unnecessary distractions. Silence your phone for an hour. Turn off background noise. Give your mind the gift of undivided attention, even for short periods. This strengthens your ability to stay present and resist mental clutter. Journaling is another powerful tool. Writing down your goals and affirming them daily anchors your vision into reality and reinforces your mental commitment. You can also practice gentle discipline in simple daily actions, keeping promises to yourself, following through on small tasks, or redirecting your thoughts when they drift into fear or doubt. These aren't just habits, they're spiritual workouts. And the more you train, the easier it becomes to stay aligned, focused, and unwavering in your pursuit of wealth. Think of your will as the internal compass that always points toward your wealth and purpose. It keeps you from drifting when challenges arise, from giving up when things feel slow, and from being pulled off course by distractions or doubt. Every time life throws uncertainty your way, your will gently reminds you where you're headed. It doesn't yell, it redirects. It's the quiet force that helps you remember your vision when everything else tries to cloud it. Without a strong will, it's easy to wander mentally, emotionally, and energetically. But when your will is active, you stay on track even if the road isn't perfectly clear. This compass doesn't control the terrain, but it ensures you never lose your direction. And that's what makes it so powerful. No matter what happens outside of you, your inner world remains steady, focused, and aligned with the wealth you're meant to receive. The greatest misunderstanding about willpower is that it's meant to bend the world to your will. But in truth, its real purpose is to direct your focus, not to control the outcome. It's about staying aligned with your vision, not pushing reality into submission. When you use your will to control, you meet resistance. Things feel heavy, effortful, and out of sync. But when you use your will to remain clear, grounded, and intentional, the right opportunities, people, and timing begin to fall into place with surprising ease. Your will is your internal guide. It doesn't chase or force, it leads. It helps you stay loyal to the image of your success, even when appearances try to convince you otherwise. The magic happens when you stop micromanaging life and start mastering your inner state. That's when the energy you carry becomes more powerful than any action you could take. So direct your thoughts, focus your vision, stay rooted in belief, and allow the natural laws of abundance to do what they've always been designed to do. Respond to your clarity, your certainty, and your calm, steady will. Because that's how real wealth is created, from the inside out. Here in the channel, you will have news, and not to be left out. Sign up, touch the bell notifications, leave your like and share. Thank you.